Hi guys, Mike to Mike here. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that was kind of nice that I found out. I've been doing some research. Everybody knows when you go bike riding on your new e-bike, you want to get out there and take some stuff with you. You know, your water bottle, your camera, binoculars, whatever you're into and want to take with you. We've been through about 3 or 4 different tail bags, and let me show you on like this one here. So this is just your standard tail bag off of Amazon. Works great. Problem is that it's got straps on four sides plus these 2 in the back. And when you're loading your bikes up on your bike rack, you want to keep the weight as low as you can. This bag probably weighs about 8 pounds, 10 pounds, something like that. So what we find is we want to remove the battery and the bag. The problem is it takes a while to take the bag on and off and make sure it's still secure. So what I came up with was an idea to use the Topeak MTX series that has like a rail that slides on. I got one set up on this bike over here. Let me show you. Come this way. So on this bike, I've got this bag, and you can see it's pretty rigidly mounted. What it has is it has this little clip that goes in this proprietary track. So as you can see, this is spring loaded. You just push that down, this slides off. To put it back on, you just line up the dovetails. If I can do that here, it just slides on. When you get to the very end, you push and it clicks. And now it's on, it's not coming off. So putting it on and taking it off happens real quick. So let me show you some of the tools that you need to do this with. And I'm gonna show you on this bike, which is my wife's bike, because I promised her I would do the same for hers as I did for mine. So this is the rack you need. It's called the Omni Quick Track Adapter. So when you take this off, I added this hole here, but these has these little rails that you can slide out. Has some Allen head stainless bolts on it, so you can adjust it to fit exactly what the width of your rack is. But let me show you on her bike. So I'm going to remove this bag. And the problem we had on her bike, as you can see, I've already done the drilling and added the holes. But when you put this on there, whoops, as you can see, these won't go any wider. So I don't have a way to mount this. So the great thing about it is, all you have to do is you need to buy 3 bolts. You can get these at Ace Hardware. They're about $1.20, $2 a piece. They're M5 by 0.80 thread pitch. You can reuse the nuts that are in here and steal a nut out of this one, and then I already have these here. And then you only have to buy a flat washer and a split washer, which is going to be like a locking washer so it doesn't come off. In addition to that, you'll need a 7/32 drill bit, a countersink, which is what I did this hole here with. So whenever because you want this to be, you look at it down this way, when you pull the camera up, you want this to be flush under here. So you put this in here, and that basically gives you that countersink. You'll need like a carpenter square, a standard drill. I have a mechanical pencil. Any pencil would work. These are 8mm, so you need an 8mm end wrench. I use T-handle Allen heads. It's 3mm. This is a center punch, and then this is a reamer. I'm not expecting anybody to have these, or a center punch. You can use any kind of punch. You don't really even have to use a punch. Just makes things a little easier. So the way this would work, Brandy, will you come over here and show the camera here? Thank you. So you just take this off, and I'll show you the difference in these. Ironically, these are stamped with a number or whatever on it. I can't read. I don't have my readers on. These are stamped with the same one. So the head size is the same. And again, Ace Hardware. But you can see these are a little longer. So these are like 20mm, and these are like 12 or 16, I think. So they're just slightly longer. So you take those off. And again, I robbed hardware out of the previous one I installed. You won't use these bolts. You'll just take these nuts out of like these here. Or you can take the capture nut out of there. It just pops right out. And then what I do over here is I measured the width between the two, divided by 2, and then just set, basically I went all the way to the edge, like so. And that hole is 3 1/8. Now, you may have a different bike. You may have a Be Cool or a Himaway or a Rad Rover, some other bike. Process is the same. And you may get lucky and you may be able to use the mounts that it came with, which will make install super easy. And then what I do is I just measured the same mark here, 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 and here, and then put a straight edge on it, made a line down that, and then I took this and laid it over it to see if any of the holes would line up. So what I know is I know this hole will line up, this hole will line up with these 2 bars, but I had to make a hole here for that one, just so you guys can see. If you look down those holes, all those holes line up perfectly. Now, one thing I will tell you, if I turn this over, you can see they've got these stanchions in the molding process. I took 4 washers and a hot glue gun and basically made a standoff. So when this is mounted on here and you push down, there's no flex, which you don't want that to flex because then it would be bowed like this. So install's pretty easy. Put the bolts in, and then from the back side you put a flat washer first, then a split washer, and then a nut. I've got pretty big hands, and I will tell you this is a little bit of a challenge because basically you put one washer on, hold it with a finger, grab the next washer, slide it on, hold it, etc., etc. Once you get it all installed, we'll walk over to this other one. So let me show you on this one how this one comes off. Again, you can see how it's mounted. It's got 3 bolts on the bottom. I don't know if you can get the camera down there to see the underneath it, but just a nut, a split washer, and a flat washer. And just, you don't have to torque it down super tight or anything. You just need to put it on there enough for it to hold till it bottoms out. I did look up the strength of these bolts because I was curious, if you're riding, how strong are these bolts? Are they when they're rattling around or whatever? Of course, the rack's made of aluminum. The shear strength on these bolts is 300 kilograms. Converted to what us Americans know, 660 pounds. I can't imagine you're gonna put, 2 uncles and an aunt on the back of your bike and go tootle around. So I think they're plenty strong enough. If you found value in this video, because we're gonna do some more. We're gonna talk about some of the other gear we have on our bike because people are asking, what all are you riding? And what's the different neck? And how are you holding your phone on there? And what bell are you using? Et cetera, et cetera. So we'll talk about that stuff later. But if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you feel like it's really worth sharing, I am not gonna let you not share it. Share it as many times as you want. Also, if you have a comment, if I did something wrong, please tell me. I want to see it in the comments. I will respond to everyone. I like the good, the bad, and the ugly. I really like the ugly. It gives me some giggles reading about them. So anyway, please like, subscribe, and catch me next time. And remember, make tomorrow better than today because you can. And get out there and ride. Have a good time.